There we go. Today is November the 25th, 2020. This is the Service Hero Show. 365 groovy days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter, and I am your host. This is the show that shares inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others. So let's do this. Today we have another very, very groovy show. We are counting down, and we've been counting down for the tour of love. And I have with us a very groovy young lady. She is doing her groovy thing over there, as you can all tell. Shelly Reef, who is one of our service heroes and actually the creative director for the Tour of Love. Welcome, Shelly.
Hunter. My favorite shining light in the world.
Oh, well, thank you. I got my groovy on for you. I'm doing the whole groovy thing because you've been so inspiring us all. And we've got with us some of the groovy buddies. And guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, you will hear soon. We have Helene Wilson, one of our very first, the first ambassador of the chat. So happy that you're here to welcome us all, and thank you for everything you do, Helene. We absolutely adore and love you. And we have Carol Brown Berzins, our producer of the show and one of the senior ambassadors, and she's an all-around do-it-everything kind of person in our organization, and very, very involved, very busy right now with all that we are doing to get ready for the Tour of Love. We have L.A. Lim with us, Lemuel Flowers, who is one of our leads in the anthem that we will be opening up the show, the 36 hours of shows for the Tour of Love. And yes, L.A. Lim is in the house. We have Sherry McQueen. So excited to see you here with us, my dear. Hope you're going to be joining with us tomorrow as we prepare. We have 100 people that are going to be showing up, 100 from all over the world to sing the anthem that's going to kick us off to start the Tour of Love. Shelly, so what do you think about all of this?
It's so amazing. All I can say is I've been on the Tour of Love since you appointed me. Like waking, sleeping, I dream it. I wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I don't go to sleep at all.
In fact, I'm going to share with you guys. Look at this groovy soul. I mean, hope, heart, inspiration. It is Shelly Reef. I mean, you got your groovy going on there. I absolutely adore this. And wouldn't you say that this has been a bit fun? And all of the preparation and all of the work, it's been a fun go, hasn't it?
Just a bit. That's an understatement, Tamara. I can't even tell you. Part of my job was wrangling talent, and it means I got to call people. I got to have a call with a woman I performed with in Japan 30 years ago, and we hadn't spoken since. I mean, it's been amazing. I've reconnected with people all over the world. Everyone is, of course, so into it. And it's so exciting. But then it comes down to those moments of, I need more. And then suddenly you're in the backyard with a green screen. wearing your best psychedelic, you know, and carrying all your crazy props, and the neighbors are peeking over the fence to see what's going on, and it's on. It is on.
I love it. And in fact, guys, okay, I'm not holding out here. We're going to have some fun, and we are going to take a little bit of a tour. I have got to share, because I have told Shelly that her alter ego, Edith, I really seriously believe that Edith and Andorra need to have a daily app. I mean, I'm putting it out there, guys. I am so putting it out there, because many of us haven't been sleeping. We've been up day and night, because, you know, when we're doing something around the world and coordinating with people, because we've got people from Pakistan and Bangladesh, Belgium, Poland, Australia, of course, Canada, all over, you know, Nigeria. We have people from all over that are coming together for this, and you want to be able to talk to them when they're awake. And so, and the fact that we're going to be on for 36 hours, it does allow for us to be awake for a few hours during the night. And so, I have to say, I continue to go in, and where did you go? Okay, I'm going to have to reload. I have to reload. That's interesting, because you were there just a moment ago, and I'm going to be reloading. But while I'm reloading, I'm going to share another one. I'm going to share one of our commercials that has been produced for the Tour of Love. And then here in a moment, we're going to be meeting Andorra and Edith. Okay, here we go.
What the world needs now is love. In the spirit of the 60s, this 36-hour non-stop event reaching 80 million screens on E360 TV. This is the Tour of Love. Showcasing top Billboard artists, comedians, including the Guinness World Record fastest talker.
Stop. You have set the Guinness Book of World Records.
And special tributes.
What's for supper? Baked possum and sweet potatoes.
A huge cast of talent. We're all coming together to support all those experiencing the impact of cancer. So join us November 30th on E360 TV and a multitude of other platforms. This is your invitation. We're changing lives, changing the world. This is the Tour of Love.
Gorgeous.
Darling.
I'm Edith from New Jersey.
And I'm Andorra from Malibu.
And we're on the Tour of Love. Andorra.
I just had a little bit of work done. What do you think?
It's very subtle.
Yeah.
No one will ever know. I got an estimate to get my eyebrows raised. It was only 137 stitches. What do you think?
I'm trying to think. You know, like, okay, what, you know, like, 137 stitches, you know.
Modern technology, I'm telling you. It's not like it was in the 50s. We're in the 60s now, darling.
Oh, you know, it's so much fun. Yes, I love it. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely. I love it too. Have you all seen my root beer? Well, you know, I've been wondering about your purple pen, baked possum and sweet potato. I know, you know, and And what has it been like? Because I said that we would talk about being a creative director, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people that are wondering, yes, oh my dear Erin, it's so good to see you here. She, can we just say how much Erin does to keep us all going? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once again, thank you, and thank you some more. Just like totally lickety split on the ball, along with so many others. Carol Brown, Batterzins, and Helene. Can I just say Helene has been really doing her homework to help with the cause, and that's what it's all about. All of us are volunteers. All of us, myself, all of us are volunteers, and we are dedicated to what it is that we're doing. And you actually, your background, you came to me because, of course, there's your set, and you do the sound bowls, and we're going to allow for some time in you the meditations, and you're going to be doing that on the Tour of Love at least a couple times. We're going to be inviting you and learning about, because we have, oh guys, we have some top people that, I mean, millions of people that they have following them in regards to frequency and what it is, the frequency of love, and how it can really be a powerful healing tool. And here you have all of the sound bowls and everything like this. And so when I met you, you're doing the meditation, and I'm really grooving it. I'm loving it, and everything. And then I'm noticing you got a sense of humor. And so then you start telling me, oh yeah, back in the day. And I'm like, oh, wow. So you have been kind of bringing together a full circle in your life, haven't you? Let's talk a little bit about that.
This honestly is it's a revelation what's happening right now with you, and I thank you so much, and I thank everyone who brought me to you, Mikey Cohen. Really thank you, because I put show business behind me for the purpose of going straight into the spiritual world, and I did this. It started about 7 years ago. And I literally packed up 20 years worth of show business archives. I had storage sheds full of costumes and props, and I gave it all away, sold a little bit, put a tiny bit in storage, and really moved into solitude, and moved into the jungle in Bali monastery for a while, and just meditated and came to center, that was the original me. They were always interweaving the want to perform and the spiritual. And in the end, and even during this, it's really that's the revelation part, is understanding that they're one and the same. Yeah. Creativity and spirituality are one and the same. On the opposite, in my spiritual teachings, on the opposite of creativity, you have fear. You have survival. So it's love and spirituality and creativity and fear, survival over here. They're really weird. And
we're having a little bit of a problem hearing you right now.
Oh, are you? It's because none of my microphones worked today.
And everything is perfect. Now we can hear you better.
Okay.
Right how you are right now. And you were just saying that you did this discovery through this process that it's one and the same, right? And that's what we were talking about last night. And I said, let's talk about this today, because a full circle has taken place. And I think that really, I have been lucky enough to be in your evolution of, at first when you had, if you will, all of a sudden online, you're doing the sound bowls, and you're doing, it's like, okay, because of everything that's happening with the world and the way it's shutting in and closing off, and we can do this through the internet. And that was still relatively new to you. Now look what's happened. You are a creative director working with people all over the world to bring out their creativity and helping them and all of us to be bringing to the world the tour of love, which is all about raising the frequency of the world through love. It's a full circle, isn't it?
Wow, thank you for that. It is a full circle, because when I was in show business, can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
I'm speaking really loud, which is not my MO. So on that note, it is full circle, because when I was in show business all of those years, there was always something missing, and it was the element. It didn't really mean anything. Usually, it made somebody a lot of money, or it entertained people for a short period of time, and then the show was over. But it didn't really shift people's lives in their hearts. And I started understanding that I couldn't carry on like that. I needed to touch people's hearts. And so I went 100% the other direction. But now, here, it brings it all together. I didn't even know, honestly, that it was possible. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. You know, this is why it's so exciting. Everyone that's watching this right now, please, please, please be sharing out, be telling everybody that we've got the Tour of Love taking place in 5 days. And it is going to be a groovy experience, unbelievable talent. And in fact, I'm going to bring another clip in. We're going to be sharing clips today. And it's all for the purpose of bringing awareness and enrolling buddies. And yes, this is a give-a-thon, and we have put it out there. We are the next Jerry Lewis Telethon. And the world right now is understanding, let's put it this way, is understanding. A lot of us are coming into an awakening. A lot of us are coming into understanding for a variety of different things, one of which they're getting the fact that many people that have heard that one word, cancer, when they're going through their treatment, they have to isolate themselves. When they're going through, because of the treatment programs, whatever they may choose, which in our organization, we want people to choose what's going to be best for them. That's what we believe. However, we also know to isolate yourself completely is not a good choice. However, you can't be around people when you're going through the treatment program because of the fact that you do not want to expose yourself to people that are sick. What does that sound like right now? We are living in a world where the balance of the world is getting to experience what it is that we, as what we call buddies, already have known. And that is, we need to be aware of our surrounding, and we need to be careful. However, isolation is not the name of the game. And there's a way of being able to not isolate because of the tools that we currently have. So I'm going to share a video right now about who it is that we are bringing an awareness to, and then we're going to have some more fun, guys.
Life is so fragile, and we're constantly reminded just how fragile life can be, especially when we or a loved one is told we have cancer. Cancer survivor myself, I can tell you, we still feel very alone in this journey.
There's a study that's been showing that patients who are socially isolated have a worse prognosis, have a worse outcome than patients who are socially interconnected.
Buddies for Life is a non-profit cancer support group for those whose life has been impacted by cancer. We'll match you with the perfect buddy. Humor, hope, heart, and hugs.
Humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love.
We're offering you a free membership, so please sign up today. Share this with your friends and family, and support this community in every way you can. No one should face cancer alone.
I am a Chemo buddy for life.
We are a buddies network.
No one does cancer alone.
Be a buddy.
And we are all here for you as a community of love.
We are chemo buddies for life.
And if you've heard 3 words, you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, you belong with us at Chemo Buddies for Life.
Healing through connections.
So healing through connections and humor, hope, heart hugs, and a whole lot of love. And that right there, thank you for helping Chemo Buddies for Life. We all appreciate each one of you, one who is a survivor of cancer. I am thankful for the Chemo Buddies for Life community and for my buddy. Sincerely, Helene. Helene, I love you. So when we talk about the frequency of love, and you have traveled all over the world on your journey, you have now right there in front of you samples. You have your beautiful instruments. You have, if you will, the candles representing the light, and you have the backdrop and everything. That there's no accident in any of it that you've got going on there. Let's go there right now, because this is really a big part of what your creative director mission is, and being able to share that we can tap in to our own love and our own light, and that can actually radiate through the world. It's pretty incredible, isn't it?
I believe, and is the sound better now?
I can hear you well. Let's do sound check. Carol, if you want to let us know how the sound is for you. So we'll wait and see here, because there's a little delay. We'll see what she has to say.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. A bit soft is what Christopher is saying.
A bit soft. Is it better than this? Which one's better?
Right now, that's better.
Right.
Oh, that's loud. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I have to laugh because technology seems to not work in my presence very often. Because it's the resistance that I have against it. I just want to, be natural, and I'm so grateful for what it allows us to do. So I want to go back to what you were just speaking of, and there's so much of what you just said that I could expand on. This era of life, 2020, I believe it's really an opportunity for everyone to grow within, to learn how to understand and to experience that you are frequency, you are vibration. Everything is a frequency, everything is a vibration. So the plastic that this beautiful flower is made out of has a vibrational frequency, and believe it or not, the DNA of this flower is very, very, very similar to the DNA of me and you and everything. There's very, very little difference. And when we learn to kind of start to feel deeper inside of ourselves and understand we have energy centers inside of ourselves where we produce energy rather than use energy. Even when the body is failing, we can go into those energy centers, the chakras, and gather energy from them. These are our motors, our engines. This is where we're producing energy. So I feel that 2020 is an opportunity for people to kind of go into that monastic moment. Have a breath of silence. Stop. Get off the hamster wheel, for God's sake. Please. Right? Don't resist it. Go into it. It's the only way to get through anything, is to go into it with everything you have, as it is with those who are going through cancer. This is something that won't be denied in your life. You go into it and you make the adjustments so that you flow through it rather than be in resistance to it. I'd like to share before we go any further that even since you asked me to be part of the Tour of Love, when you asked me, I didn't have any personal cancer experience in my life, and just in the last few weeks, my father begins chemo next week for the first time. So I'm really here with you now.
Well, we're here with you. We're here with your dad. Opportunity to go into, with everything you have, make the adjustment to be able to flow through it. You're the second one today. Yes, Shelly. Reiki, healing is amazing for cancer. And you're the second person today that has been with either myself or has joined the Tour of Love as a volunteer that now has said, okay, I understand it a little bit more because someone dear to me has heard those words. Yet, also what the other person shared with me was, I also was able to say, you're going to be okay. We're going to get you through this. And I know the buddies. I know that this person was able to say, I know that everything is going to be okay and that we will get through this together. And that's an amazing gift, because if you're going to be going through anything that is a challenge, to know that you have love and frequency and healing and that you have community, that's that vibrational flow of all of us joining together with this. And if you will, digitally holding each other's hand, holding each other up with our vibration and saying, I got you. I'm here with you. I love you. That feels good, doesn't it? And it may sound odd, however, we are here because of love. And to have that love, miracles can take place.
It doesn't sound odd to me at all, Tamara. As a matter of fact, I've dedicated my entire life to having more people understand that. I truly believe that until everyone understands that, we don't evolve as a race and become the race that feeds its hungry and clothes its poor and doesn't go to war and lives in harmony. So what you're saying is it's the grassroots of everything. It's not a movement, it's the movement. It's the only thing that really is love as the way of being. And inside of that, you were speaking, sorry, I'm forgetting that magic moment of what you said, and I wanted to respond to it. The importance of being together. Thank you for the moment to let me recollect that thought. This is so important. During the lockdown of COVID-19, I really used this opportunity to gather my flock together here online, of course, but the amount that they grow by being challenged by connecting right here, right now, connecting our hearts until you feel every single person encircled here in this moment. It's much different than being in a room with other people where, you feel the heat of the bodies next to you. It's much different. And it actually sharpens those inner tools. It it expands and grows our abilities. And so there's wonderful opportunities inside of all of this. And it's what you're doing here is you're coming together here online and connecting hearts in a way that can be felt. It's tangible. I promise you it can be measured.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Scientifically measured. There's enough studies out there to prove it. It would be wonderful. Let's find a scientist to do that.
Well, and in fact, on our number, let's see, guys, we are starting on Monday, of course, at noon Pacific time, and we will be going 36 hours. Well, at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, and I know we have Mark from the UK. We have Tamara Green. I want to recognize Tamara Green is here, and she and her husband, they are one of our sponsors. Thank you for that. We've got Gloria Grace Rand, one of our volunteers, one of our sponsors. We've got so many people that are coming together right now to be a part of this. And you mentioned that science and everything. We actually, in that 5 o'clock Pacific hour, you will be there, and we have, I'm not going to give it away yet, guys, but we have someone that has the scientific knowledge, and millions of people throughout the world that follows this person. And then our director, Skip Thomas, and anybody that knows him, also known as Poe now, with his steampunk hat, love it, and you know, an award-winning and amazing leader for all of us, yet and has understanding of this vibrational field. So we're going to have the science, and he has a lot of the indigenous understanding too, because of his blood and his learnings and his awakenings. And then with you, we're going to be able to have this discussion during the 36 hours. That's pretty incredible too, because when we start realizing, guys, that the healing power that we've been gifted in today, and the fact that 2020, it's a matter of how we want to look at it. 2020 eyesight, right? How do we want to look at 2020? Do we want to look at through the eyes of less than, and oh my goodness, look at what's happened? Or do we want to look at 2020 as the gift, the present that has been given to us in a way because of the blinders that have been put on us, or the challenges of not being able to have that room full of all of us where we have that body heat together, yet we are awakening within us those awarenesses that the healing has always been there, but maybe because our earthly eyes weren't seeing it, maybe now our collective awakenings can start to see this, and the healing is incredible, right?
I have witnessed so many healings in my life that I came to believe that that's not the miracle. It's the truth of all things. It's what is so. That we block ourselves from allowing miracles, maybe because we've never had one, or we've been told that that can never happen. But it's a softening. The wonderful thing about doing this work and aligning, like preparing yourself to receive a miracle, kind of like a butterfly coming to land on your head, is the process of it is making yourself feel really good, and laughter is a very important part of that. That's why this work is so full circle. In
fact, I have to bring this up because I had it ready to go. You have helped, and Jack jokes. Here we have this amazing mom and our junior ambassador Jack, and and they were one of the first, if you will, little segments that you really started to help as the creative director work with. When you first met with them and everything, and you're like, well, what do you think? And how do you, what do you know, and aliens were talked about and this and that. And then it was like, and then for them to come up with, and you helped to find the jokes, they filmed, now they've been edited. What do you feel about all of this? Because I can tell you, watching the experience has made me want, I have giggled, I have cried, I have gotten goosebumps, I have been all in so many different ways over this particular duo right here. And we have so many more that you've worked with. And the laughter piece of it, oh my goodness, how do you not just crack up when they're doing their thing? Guys, you guys are going to want to watch the 36 hours, because they did multiple different little segments that are going to be sprinkled through, and you helped to make that happen. How does that make you feel?
Well, amazing, grateful, honestly, is the bottom line. You know, I just make suggestions and, you know, flow some energy that way. They're the magic, you know, they show up. Yeah. And really, you know, that's the underlying thing. It's like you, Tamara, you show up. That's how things happen in this world. We show up. You just show up. You're not going to be perfect. My microphones don't work, right? You know, it's never going to be perfect.
No.
You know, people get very, when I approach people about doing a segment online, even Andorra, who was smashing, right? You saw that.
Oh, like I told you, I'm a big fan. We need the Andorra and Edith app. I'm putting it out there. I am, you know, guys. I haven't had much to think, however, you guys have kept me going. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We talk about it. I like that. Yeah.
We had so much fun doing that. But even Andorra, who is my beloved, she's the mother of my goddaughter, who is also on your show as the joke-telling unicorn. It's a family affair here for me. She's a lifelong performer, but she's a visual artist. She's not comfortable speaking on a microphone, and I had to really talk her into it. And then what came out was unreal. And so, you know, it's been that way with many of the acts. It's really about just show up, just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And right there is he shows up with bells on. That's my nephew, Cameron. He's a 17-year-old high school senior, and he is a dancer. Oh, it says, yeah.
I'll change that. Yeah, I've got our names right there. There we go. Yeah. So Cameron is a dancer, and you know, I love this image. And you're talking about the family affair. And there's more to the story, isn't there?
You know, there's more to that. There's even more to that story in that Cameron is a very, very special individual. Cameron has a learning disability that makes it very difficult for him to read and write. And so, you know, he's in a special education program. But the thing is, he is the most rounded, well-balanced teenager that I've ever met. He has a heart of gold. He is the most compassionate person I have ever met in my lifetime. He just wants to help and serve to a degree that brings tears to his eyes on a constant basis. He dances in the backyard to perfect his art. He can't really take public dance classes because it just moves so fast. But he watches online, and when he learns something, he works until he perfects it. He's now turning triples, perfect triples in the backyard. I can't believe how far he's come by himself. He has the energy of 10 teenagers because his life isn't out there, diversified by so many of the usual distractions. And he just wants to help. He wants to be on the Ellen show more than anything in his life. And all of his time is spent rehearsing and practicing. He's written a monologue to send into Ellen to capture her attention. And we've got his dance number down. I'm going to submit, of course, it's he dances to This Is Me, which is perfect. It's the song from The Greatest Showman, and it's the one where all of the people in the show who weren't like others, they were hired because they were different. They were the bearded lady, or the little person, or the big person, or the whatever. They were different, and they were saying, "This is me. This is me. I'm important. I'm strong, and I can help." And that's Cameron. So
I love it. In fact, it makes me think, and I'm going to share another video here, because when you think about it, in fact, many people think about the back in the day when there was the circus and everything like this, and you had the bearded lady and you had the tall people and everything like this. And then what did it translate to? It translated into the Guinness World Record Organization. And we have one of their winners that's been holding on to that title for a few days, wink, wink. Yeah, a few more than that. And here we go with her. And we'll be back.
Oh, hi, I'm Fran Kepler, the Guinness Book of World Records fastest talking female in the world. I also hold 9 world records. I did a book signing on top of Kilimanjaro down by the wreck site of the Titanic. I've written 22 books. I'm a comic. I do a lot of things. But the thing that I'm really excited about now is that I am joining the Tour of Love. Ooh. And I am going to be joining it with a lot of talented people, and it's for a really good cause. So I am going to take actually an RV. I am just trying to find on the map what route I need to get to take this tour of love. There's got to be hearts or something on this. Anyway, I'll figure it out. In the meantime, why don't you find out what it is and join
us? I have to say, the clips are so much fun. Thank you, Skip Thomas. Something about having, an award-winning director that has all the skills that he does. He just takes things and makes them incredible. And so, I want to say thank you to that. And, and another things that while we have 5 more days left is we have one of the icons from when I was a few days old, wink, wink, maybe more than a few days, but, back in a few days ago, let's just put it that way. Oh, in fact, we've got, hey, beautiful ladies, love you both. We've got the gentleman of the moment that we're surrounding ourselves with the Poe edited clips, and Awaken TV Sedona Poe, also known as Skip Thomas, but he's got his Poe hat there. He's really been helping us, and we are celebrating the Tour of Love. And one of the stars that is coming out, you think about back in the day when Jerry Lewis was the one that everybody thought of, okay, the stars are coming out, and there's only 3 or 4 different network TV stations, and basically every one of them tuned into the Jerry Lewis and his kids. we all that, been a few days old, wink, wink, remember that. Well, they brought the stars out at night, they said, to celebrate Jerry and his kids. And we are doing exactly that. We have the stars coming out, and we're going to be celebrating the fact that we in our modern day can be taking a tour of love. We can be raising the frequency of love. And I'm going to share one more clip right now and this is another one that Poe was the editor on. And let's listen.
The Tour of Love welcomes Melissa Manchester. This double Grammy winner joins a long list of talent on E360 TV. For 36 hours straight, they're all coming together to support those experiencing the impact of cancer and to lift the spirit of humanity with love at a time we need it the most.
The eyes of love.
And so what we are asking people to do is we want to share the love. We want to share the love with Melissa Manchester, with those that are performing, with each other. And so we're encouraging you to write love letters, to share your stories, share your heart, share through your words, love letters. And so please send your love letters to loveletters@cb4l.org, loveletters@cb4l.org, and share how possibly Looking Through the Eyes of Love was a song that might have been sung and performed at your first dance at your wedding, or it could have been that was the song that got you through a moment in time that made a difference. It could be that laughter is what is helping you right now, and you want to send love letters to our dear Shelly Reef for her fun, and Andorra and Edith, whatever it may be. We want to encourage the love, because in sharing the love, that is what is going to help with the frequency of what we're doing, all of us together. What are you thinking?
I just wanted to share that I got to be on a show with Melissa Manchester, and she was so much more than a musician, so much more than a singer-songwriter. Her platform is actually spiritual. It is actually love and empowerment as well. Every single, if she was asked to give advice, she would give very grounded, solid advice for people that would really carry them through a lifetime. She is someone to listen to, not only through the words of her song, but actually as a person. I think she has a book out. She produced something this year where you can really look into who she is, and I highly recommend it. She's a remarkable, beautiful.
You're going out. Your mic. There you go. A little better. Okay.
All right.
So you were sharing that she's a remarkable, beautiful, and she is one of our guest co-hosts, and that will be on Tuesday, December the 1st, and her time is that she will be on live for a full hour.
Wow.
A full hour at 9:00 Pacific in the evening. That translates to midnight on the East Coast. For a whole hour, she'll be with us. So we want to share the love with Melissa and all of the others that are coming to share their love with us. And, I have to say thank you to Mikey Adam Cohen. Once again, he is the one that brought you into our lives, and he is also the one that helped to make the arrangements for Melissa Manchester to be involved with our tour of love. And that in itself too, it takes those people his father too, Jack, he's brought so many of the #1 Billboard performing artists that were actually featured in some of the commercials that Skip has been sharing out and creating. It takes all of us together with all of the love that we have to give and the different skills and connections to make this all come together. And as a creative director, Shelly, someone that understands with your instruments there, I'm going to let you share for a few moments with us through your music, through your words, and we've got about 7-8 more minutes. I am going to have you share with everyone just a dose of what it is that they're going to be able to get when you're on with us, because you're going to be on a couple of times and you'll be sharing the love.
Thank you, Tamara. Thank you. I hope I want everyone to know that I will have much better sound production. For the show. So bear with me. This year has been all about surprises, changes, interruptions. Just as the quality of my sound is interrupted today, our entire lives have been interrupted, and we carry on. A ripple. Actually, it's the opposite. It's when the ripple of life is stopped for a moment. Like an illness, like an injury, sometimes like a broken heart. The ripple of life comes up against a wall and it stops for a while. But everything is energy. And that ripple makes its way through that wall. Scientifically, spiritually, energetically, lovingly. So, wherever you are in reference to that, I'd like to use these beautiful instruments. My intention of love, the frequency of love, to bring us all together right now on the other side of that wall. A quantum journey. Always find the way in through the breath. The breath is a gift, always there for us, like a temple, like a monastery within. We enter the breath, and all else momentarily quiets. We're able to feel who we are, why we came. Feel the uniqueness, the importance of who we are. The importance of showing up, being okay. So we breathe. And we observe the breath like we're observing the ocean. So I invite you right now to just turn all of your awareness towards observing your breath. Observing the breath like you're watching the waves of the ocean. Inviting you now to soften every part of your physical body where you hold tension. Softening the muscles of your face, your brow, your jaw. Softening all the space around your heart. And now, here in this presence, inviting you to reach out from that heart to all who are encircled here. Feel yourself connected, one with every other heart encircled here. Feel the outflowing of love from your heart, the inflowing from all the others. And I think we're bringing you back to presence right now. Now that we're all connected, all here, I see Tamara's back with us. Thank you for taking that brief journey with me. I hope the sound was okay.
The sound was much better than okay.
You know, it's so nice to take those moments every day to go within, to align yourself with yourself, and then to share your love. This remarkable thing happens when you share your love out into the world. You may think, oh, but I don't have enough energy to give my energy away. But that's a misconception, because when you give it away, you're showered with gratitude from everyone who's receiving. And gratitude is the highest frequency in the universe. Gratitude and joy. Gratitude and joy.
Well, my gratitude and joy is that this, everyone, is just a preview of what you're going to be seeing on December the 1st. We are November the 30th and December the 1st. I have got to say goodbye, and so that we can give this space to the next show. However, until then, we will see you, the tour of love. Bye-bye, everyone.